Welcome to day 3 of the 5-day video series, How to Make Your Brain Fit. The tears are coming from your heart and not from your brain. So today it's all about emotions and feelings, and a lot of people, they mix these two concepts together when in fact they're actually totally different. So let's start with emotions. Emotions are the neurological reaction to an external or internal stimulus. These are all these instinctive reactions which are happening in your body, and they're regulated by the limbic system, which comprises of the amygdala, which reacts to fear and has this fight, flight and freeze reaction. Then the hypothalamus, which regulates the body's body temperature, the heart rate, the blood flow, facial expressions. And then we have this very tiny pituitary gland, which is responsible for the release of neurotransmitters and hormones. And they're all here again in the midbrain. So what's happening when we speak about feelings? Feelings are now the psychological reaction to what is happening in your body. And this awareness is happening here in the cortex area. And how you interpret these physical reactions in your body is depending on your beliefs, your experiences, and your memories. So when we see these two concepts, you will see that there is a kind of bottom-up process, so from your neurological side towards the brain, the cortex, and there is a way from the cortex to your midbrain. And this is what people are really trying to figure out. How can I really control my feelings or emotions? And this question also asked the Navy in the States, because these Marines, they have to go to an extreme tough training. And one of the last trainings is that the Marine has to go in deep water with an oxygen mask, and then is tempted by the supervisor to pull away his oxygen mask. And immediately, without even his awareness, however he prepared for it, it's really this feeling, the fear of drowning, this is really survival, is picking in, and anything they learned how to come out of this situation is not happening. So the Marines, they were really discussing how can we interrupt that? How can we regulate these instinctive reactions? And they came up with 4 steps. And are you ready to hear them? So the first step is that you set yourself really tangible goals, so you know exactly what's happening. The second step is to actually visualize this activity and you reaching this goal. The third one is that you give yourself a very positive self-talk. And the fourth one is that you breathe. Now let me put it into a very easy example. Like, for example, me, I'm going regularly to the gym and I really want to improve. Even my body size may not be the indicator, but I really want to put on quite a number of weights. And sometimes I'm standing there in front of my bar with all the weights, and I will think immediately I will never, ever, ever manage that. So I apply now. I have set myself this goal that I will now lift up 100 kilos. My body weight is 60, by the way. So that's my goal. Then I imagine myself lifting up this weight, and I tell my mind it's actually very easy. It's so easy. These weights are just weights, but it's easy for my body. It's very, very easy. And then I'm able to lift it up, and when I lift it up and do it, I breathe. And then it becomes actually really easy. The moment I consciously think about that this is actually much harder than I thought, oops, it goes down. So let me share with you some other methods you can use to regulate your feelings and emotions. And the first one is mindfulness exercises. Mindfulness brings you actually from your mind, from your cortex, back into your body. And the very easy one is, if you feel nervous, just if you have a watch, just touch with your fingers your watch and feel the sensation. Is the watch cold? Is it warm? Is it smooth? And then you just you're consciously thinking about these sensations, and you can't have two feelings at the same time. The second one is to set yourself really achievable goals, as I had already mentioned. Breathing. So breathing means you breathe rhythmically and easily through your heart. So you breathe with 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3 down, and you keep it really easy and even, and then you concentrate on your heart. So you breathe through your heart, the H in breath, because as I said before, when you're nervous, then your heart rate goes up. So if you can regulate your heart rate, your emotional response is changing, and therefore also any feelings you get in your mind. It's also important to have a kind of gratitude journal. So in the end of the day, you list down 3 things which were so positive during that day. Meditation is also really, really helpful in this, and devotional prayers. So with this, I know we have now managed our nutrition, we are now managing our emotions and feelings, and tomorrow I tell you what kind of activities are actually killing your neurons. Okay, until then, all the best.